It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Reaction video 206.5. Day in the neighborhood. My brothers and sisters. Once again, y'all, we are back once again to get into another one of these crazy, true crime, dark, deep, and mysterious what is going on type of stories. Hope y'all doing excellent out there today. And real talk, y'all, right before I started recording this video, I just was thinking about it. I'm like, man, I really enjoy my time that I get to spend with my brothers and sisters. Like, it don't matter what the fuck I be going through throughout the day, you know what I'm saying? Especially the weekdays when I have to go to work. And today at work was a hard day. Like, I dealt with a lot of bullshit, you know what I'm saying? But even while I was at work, I'm thinking like, man, at least I get to come home and watch another one of these videos with my brothers and sisters. I just say all that, long story short, short story long, to say I appreciate y'all. And I thank y'all for coming on back to the channel once again to fuck with the bean. Now, we're going back to our homegirl because I'm intrigued by this video. I'm very intrigued, so we're going to check it out. And that homegirl is Anna Horror Stories. Going back to Anna, y'all, already. The title of the video, check it out. Times murderers call 911 to snitch on themselves. Now, the reason I'm intrigued is because I'm wondering if one of these murderers gonna, you know, have remorse for what they did, or all of them, because sometimes people get mad as fuck, and they get mad, and why they mad as fuck in that situation, why they hot and heated, they do shit that they regret later. And I'm guessing that at least one of these people, one of these murderers, really regretted what the fuck they did, and they really weren't no murderer, and they, you know what I'm saying, they really weren't a bad person, but they just got so mad in that moment, so shit happens. Now, I'm not excusing what they did. You committed murder, you did the crime, you gotta pay the time. And y'all know how I go with the time. The time is either death penalty or life in prison. That's just how I feel when it comes to people who murder people. Y'all know that by now. But it's just, it's human emotions, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes they can get out of control and you can't control it. I'll just say that. But I digress again, my brothers and sisters. We finna check it out. But before we check it out, y'all know what y'all got to do. Get whatever you might need. Get what you need. We back to Elma once again. Y'all got what y'all need. Y'all ready to go? Then let's fucking go.
The following stories tell the tale of times when heinous murderers called 911 to tell on themselves.
He called 911 and confessed.
I just killed my mom and my sister.
Hey, this is 911.
Yeah, can I help you?
This is Omar Stewart in the open in Manchester.
What could have compelled these people not only to do these crimes, but then snitch on themselves? Let's find out.
And get whatever you may need.
The Parker County teenager who murdered his mother and sister pleaded guilty to the crimes and will be sent to prison. Jacob Evans called 911 after the murders and described himself as evil.
It was the night of October 4th, 2012, when Jake Evans, who was just 17 years old at the time, brutally killed his mother, Jamie Evans, and his little sister, 15-year-old Mallory Evans. It's hard to imagine what could have driven someone who was just a child to do this to his own family members. As you can see in this picture, the Evanses seem to be a big, happy family. Jake is the one in the middle with the gray suit and blue shirt. In this picture here, you can see Jake alongside his little sister Mallory with her arm wrapped around him. All visible signs point towards them having your typical, normal sibling relationship. But as we all now know, something must have happened that caused Jake to snap.
In a way, y'all, real quick, in a way, don't that shit just make you kind of look kind of sideways at your family. I'm being funny, but I'm kind of being for real too, man. Because like them pictures, and you know he in there with the family, and his sister Mallory, you know, got his arm, her arm around him. She would never had thought that my brother would end up murdering me, my own family, my fucking brother. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't trying to say don't trust your family, but goddamn, man, just be on the lookout. I guess I can say that for bad apples in the bunch, for the one that fell too far away from the tree or something. But let's go.
Jake would fatally shoot both Jamie and Mallory Evans. What makes this story perhaps even more heartbreaking is that the gun he used to kill them, he stole from his own grandfather. After doing this, he must have felt some sort of guilt because he called 911 and turned himself in. This coming audio is sure to send a chill down your spine.
Parker County 911, where's your emergency?
My house,
What's the address?
152 River Creek Lane.
Okay, what's the emergency?
I just killed my mom and my sister.
What?
I just killed my mom and my sister.
It's hard to believe how emotionless this 17-year-old sounds when confessing to having just shot his mother and sister in cold blood in their home. He continues this way when he explains to the dispatcher how he committed the murders.
You just killed your mother and your sister? How did you do that?
I shot him with a .22 revolver.
And what is your name?
Jake Evans.
Jay Evans?
Jake Evans.
Are you sure they're dead?
Yes.
The operator urges Jake to stay on the line and then asks if he is okay, to which he shockingly replies that he's fine. He explains that he just left the murder weapon on the kitchen counter. The operator, while strategically maintaining a calm and non-judgmental attitude, tries to gauge Jake's state of mind by asking him if he is on any sort of medication.
Jake?
Yes.
Are you on any kind of medication?
No. Well, I've been going to the allergist a lot lately.
Yeah.
With my mom. But no, nothing other than that.
Okay, how old are you?
17.
You don't take any other kind of medication?
I mean, other than like Zyrtec and like Advil and, you know, like Sudafed and stuff like that, you know, for allergies and headaches. But
yeah.
No.
Now the operator tries to get an understanding of why Jake would have done something like this in the first place. His response is chilling.
Okay, do you, is there any reason that you were so angry at your mother and your sister?
I don't know. I wasn't, it's weird. I wasn't even really angry with them. It just kind of happened. I've been kind of planning on killing for a while now.
The two of them or just anybody?
Pretty much anybody.
Why?
I don't know. I don't really like people's kind of attitude.
So Jake didn't really have a motive to kill at all. He just simply wanted to do so. He would go on to say that he didn't like the fact that a lot of people were verbally rude to one another, a very vague and strange reason for killing two people, right? He would go on to talk about what he didn't like about his family.
It's okay.
It's just my family, I don't know, they're just kind of really, I guess this is really selfish to say, but to me, I felt like they were just suffocating me in a way. I don't know. I think obviously, you know, I'm pretty, I guess, evil, but that's, whatever.
Evil is right. Jake then apologizes to the operator, who tells him not to be sorry and that she is ready to listen to anything he has to say. She then asks if the victims had been asleep in bed at the time of the murders, to which Jake says they were not. He then tells her in detail what really happened.
No, this is really gonna mess me up, you know, in the future. See, my sister, I told my sister that my mom needed her.
Mm-hmm.
She was in her room, and she came out of her room, and I shot her, and she rolled down the stairs, and I shot her again, and then I went down and I shot my mom about maybe 3 or 4 times, but I'll never forget this stuff.
Okay, that's fine.
This is a...
I know you won't forget this shit, you dumb, stupid. I'm kind of mad at this motherfucker, y'all. I'm kind of mad at him. I'm pissed. And I'm pissed because there's a lot of reasons you can be pissed about this one. But the two things that's sticking out to me, man, is he's so emotionless. Like, it seemed like he just He don't got no feeling for that. He just killed his mama and sister. Like, he ain't got no emotion for it. Ain't got no emotion. The second thing is, he talking about he just hate humans or he hate their attitude or all that and all this and that. But what make you, what? I'm not saying you should have killed nobody, but what make you want to fucking kill your mama and dad? I mean, that's your mama and dad. Damn, man. Your mama and sister because of this. Like, why you singled them out? I mean, these damn murderers, man, we'll never be able to figure out what the hell they thinking in these crazy ass heads that they got. Let's go.
A truly terrifying scene. And to make matters even more horrific, young Mallory was still alive and fully aware of what had just happened. The last moments of her life were tragic as she realized that her older brother, the person who was supposed to protect her, had shot her and her mother.
My sister, she came down the stairs and she was screaming, and I was telling her that I'm sorry, but to just hold still, that, you know, I was just gonna make it go away, you know, but she just kept on freaking out. But finally she fell down and I shot her in the head about probably 3 times.
So they're both downstairs?
Yes.
As if things couldn't get worse, Jake's father was away at the time. He could have never prepared himself for what he would soon return home to. His son had shot his wife and daughter. They were both dead, and his son would likely be going to prison for a very long time.
Where's your dad?
He's out of town.
Do you know where he is? Out of town?
Washington, D.C.
Okay.
When most people get into trouble, as Jake is clearly in now, they want the comfort of their family members. But not Jake, who has no interest in this at all. Maybe it's because he doesn't want to face the pain of what he has just caused them.
And for, I guess, future reference, I don't really want to see any of my family members, you know, like it, and visiting or whatever. I don't know how it works or anything, but I just don't want any type of visitors. I don't want to see.
Okay.
The operator...
Motherfucker, you don't need no visitors. Your ass need to be going straight in prison and going straight to that electric chair. That's what we need to do with you. Talking about you don't want no visitors. Who the fuck want to come goddamn visit you after you done murdered your damn mama and your damn sister any fucking way? These people are fucking lunatics, man.
Keeps Jake on the line and continues to pull any information she can out of him. He remains emotionless as he talks about his family. Along with his mother and Mallory and his dad, who is out of town, he also had 2 older sisters. His grandparents lived just across the street. The first time that Jake seems to express some sort of emotion is when he talks about how afraid he is.
I assure you, I definitely don't like myself, you know. But I'm just so freaked out by guns now, and I hate the feeling of killing someone. I'm gonna be messed up.
There are people that will help you.
Oh, God.
Well, you just take a deep breath. We have deputies coming, and they're going to help you.
The minutes tick by, and the operator remains on the phone with Jake, trying to keep him calm and assuring him that he is going to be okay. At one point, he starts reflecting about his sister.
Are you okay, Jake?
I'm just thinking about my sister.
How old is she?
She's 15.
15.
Yeah. She was, I don't know, she had a really sweet side, but, you know, she was kind of racist and, I don't know, kind of rude to me sometimes, I guess.
Jake makes it clear that he's scared, but his concerns seem to be primarily about himself. He wonders how the impact of the trauma he caused will affect the rest of his life. He also seems shocked that he was even capable of committing this horrible tragedy.
You'll be all right, Jake. Okay? You'll be all right.
I'm like really worried about like, you know, like nightmares and stuff like that. Are there any type of medication for that and stuff?
Well, I think there is. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but, you know, the justice system, and I'm sure your family will get you the support you need.
I don't mean to sound like a wimp or anything, but, you know, this is, wow. I've never, like, done anything violent in my whole life, you know?
Jake finally seems to show remorse for how everything went down. He makes it clear nothing went the way he expected it to.
I just thought it'd be quick, you know? I didn't want them to feel any pain. That's why I used the gun.
Okay.
But it was like everything went wrong.
It's all right. Keep breathing for me. Okay, just in through your nose, real slow out through your mouth. A couple more deep breaths for me. There you go. Real deep in. Real slow and real deep.
After what feels like an eternity, the police officers finally arrive at the home, and it's time for Jake to face the music. Will he willingly turn himself in, or will there be a struggle? After ensuring that Jake had left the gun on the kitchen counter and wasn't going to take it with him to potentially harm an officer, the operator instructed him to go outside of the house.
Okay, Jake, what I want you to do is, after we get through talking, I want you to put the phone down and leave it in the kitchen. You don't have to hang it up, okay? But I want you to walk outside, but when you're walking through the house and outside, stay visible. You know, don't hide behind any furniture. Open the front door.
The operator tells Jake to walk outside while keeping his hands on his head. He follows her instructions.
All right.
Okay, go ahead and put the phone down and do it. And then just listen to what Sergeant Fletcher has to say. He's very appreciative that you're willing to come out on your own. He thinks that's great, all right?
All right.
And I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
hon.
you.
You're welcome.
Hey, W to the dispatcher though. W to the dispatcher. Even though she capped the fuck out at the end, talking about I'll talk to you later. You ain't never gonna talk to Jake again. Jake don't need to talk to nobody else ever in his fucking life, to be honest. But W to her, bro, because she stayed calm and kept him as calm as she could until them damn police got there. You know what I'm saying? Well, it wouldn't be no conflict, no nothing. We gonna get them and put them on arrest, and we can go from there. So W to the dispatcher, even though she capped out.
Finally, after being on the phone with the operator for more than 20 minutes, Jake Evans is in custody. While in custody, Jake wrote a statement in which he discussed his frame of mind on the day of the murders. He talked about how he watched a horror movie in which a kid killed his stepfather. This got him thinking about killing his own family. He had initially planned to not only kill Mallory and his mother, but then go across the street and kill both of his grandparents, as well as his sister Emily, who lived with them. The following day, he planned to kill his older sister Audrey while she was visiting from college.
Like, why is he so fixated on killing his family though? I know me and you, my brothers and sisters, we can't make sense of it. We can't think how you thinking, but he say he don't like people. But when he was saying that he don't like people, did he really mean he ain't like his family? Like, bruh, I mean, like I said, it ain't right for him to kill nobody, but it's one thing for you to go out there and just kill random strangers, but to kill your fucking family like that, bro, your family? Like, why are you targeting your family, bro? It's like another layer to the insanity. I don't know.
It's not clear why he didn't follow through with the rest of his plan. Taking a look at Jake entering the courtroom, while he doesn't look like a killer, we all know the truth.
Jacob Evans walked into the courtroom still looking much like the frail 17-year-old teenager of 2.5 years ago when he killed his mother and 15-year-old sister. He came to court to enter his plea.
Listen as Jake solemnly enters his plea.
Guilty. And you're telling me that voluntarily? Yes, Your Honor.
You might be wondering why it took so long for this trial to be completed, especially considering that Jake had already turned himself in and pleaded guilty. The problem was that they had to prove his competency before it could go to trial.
Evans had been in a maximum security mental hospital after he was ruled incompetent to stand trial. A competency evaluation was filed this week. Before the plea agreement, the judge ruled Evans is now competent. Evans and the attorneys agreed he will serve 2 45-year prison sentences running concurrently.
In court, Jake's attorney read aloud a letter that was written by the victim's family, in which they expressed mercy for the person who killed their loved ones.
We feel that this is a fair plea bargain under all circumstances, even though our family would support a lesser sentence than 45 years if it was possible to do so in this case.
The prosecutor publicly addressed what he thought about the victims' families, saying they would be okay with Jake spending less prison time than 45 years.
I think what that really tells you is the absolute power of forgiveness of this family, given the circumstances of the father and the siblings of Jake Evans to have lost a sibling and their mother. They have forgiven him to depths that just should inspire everybody in this case.
There's definitely a...
I don't know about y'all, but me, I'm not forgiving. I forgive. I'll take it back. I'll forgive, but I'm not gonna forget that shit, bro. What would y'all want? Y'all want him to have a... No, fuck him. I'm saying if somebody in your fucking family kills some of your other family members and they could possibly, you know, do basically life in prison, would you want them to get a lighter sentence? Because I wouldn't. I'm sorry, man. You killed, you part of my family, yes, but you also killed some of our fucking family, bro. You got to do that time just like I would want the stranger on the street who did it to do that time. I'm sorry, like I said, I forgive, but you don't fucking forget. I don't know, y'all. That's just me personally. Fuck all that forgiveness shit.
Sense of unfinished business when it comes to this case, largely because we still don't know why Jake did the horrible thing he did. The prosecution team says that the 911 call he made will probably be the closest thing the world will ever see in terms of an explanation.
He gives his explanation of why he did it. He wanted to see what it was like. I don't know that we'll ever get much further beyond that in terms of understanding what exactly happened that night.
So the question is, will this teen killer ever get to see life outside prison again? It's possible.
Evans has to serve at least half his prison term before he's eligible for parole. He's been in jail for 2.5 years, which means he has to do a solid 20 years before he's eligible if he gets paroled then.
Jake was charged with 2 counts of murder. Most people who commit a crime like this never see the light of day again. But in this case, the fact that Jake was not yet 18 years old at the time of his crime is what helped save him from life in prison without parole. Jake remains behind bars.
Man, fuck all that damn. Can we do away with the damn juvenile sentences being different than the adult when the fucking juvenile is 17 and you an adult when you 18? Like, bro, what's the difference, bro? A couple of days, a year. He should have been charged as a damn adult. And just to hear the fact that he possibly can be out on parole in 20 years and he was 19 then, so 19 plus 20. He can get out when he's 39? Is that math right? Am I doing that math right, man? He can get out when he's 39 years old, possibly. After killing his mama and damn sister. Am I the only one who sees something wrong with that shit? I can't be my brothers and sisters, man. I just hope and pray that he stay in prison the rest of his life, even though it seems like some of his family members gonna actually help him get out on parole or even earlier. I don't know. I don't agree with it. But let's go to the second one. Dale Cragen.
Which way have they ran? What direction?
Ran there. There's like a field at the back, and I've just seen him running over the field. I can point it out to the officer.
The caller on that recording is 29-year-old Dale Cragen. He was born in Manchester, England in 1983 to a fairly stable home. But by the time he was a teen, he had already started a life of crime and was dealing with drugs at school. He would later move on to even harder and more dangerous substances. He was well known in his community as a tough and dangerous person. He was called One Eye due to his missing left eye. The legend was that his eye had been carved out with a knife during a fight that he got into while in Thailand. Dale's life of dealing helped him earn quite a bit of money, which he would use to travel. While traveling, he would tell people that he was a plasterer. This is someone who works with plaster on ceilings and walls. In May of 2012, Dale, who is 29 years old at the time, was at a bar in England when he got into a fight with a man there named Mark Short. He shot 23-year-old Mark and tried to kill 3 other men. He then managed to flee the scene. What he did next would show how truly evil he was. About 2.5 months after this horrible murder, Dale figured out where Mark's 46-year-old father lived. He went and killed the dad too by shooting him and throwing a grenade at him. Dale was on the run for months until he decided to follow through with more murders. It was September of 2012 when he decided to kill 2 female police officers, Nicola Hughes and Fiona Bone. He shot both women over and over again and threw a grenade at them. But wait until you hear about how he did it. He called 999 and made up a fake story about a burglary that had taken place. He claims he saw someone throw a big concrete slab through his window and ran off. All of this is a ploy that would lure his victims to his residence.
This is a cold motherfucker, y'all. Out of all the true crime, horror, dark, deep, and mysterious, what is going on type of stories that I ever been watching with y'all, my brothers and sisters, I have never heard of a fucking murderer who lured the fucking police to his house on some fake 911 call just to fucking kill them. That's a whole nother level of craziness that we ain't heard of. And not to even mention that, Dude goddamn killed somebody at a bar and also shot 3 people. And then months later, he went after his daddy. Like, this dude here's one of the type that's just addicted to murder. And just want to keep murder, kill, until he finally get killed or arrested or whatever. Until he finally has to face some consequences. He gonna keep doing what he doing. But the fact that this motherfucker made a fake goddamn call to 999 over there where they stay just to get some police to his house so he can kill him? Oh boy, yeah, that's a different level there. That's taking it to another level. Wow.
Did you see them?
Seen one, yeah.
Do you know them?
No, I don't know.
Okay. Do you know why they've done it?
I haven't got a clue.
Is it a rear window, did you say?
Yeah, it's in the back garden.
Were you in the room where it came through, or did you hear the bang?
No, I was upstairs. I looked out the window and seen one boy running off.
He described the suspect as a tall white male, about his size. He said the guy had a black coat with a hood up and he didn't recognize him. At first, things didn't seem very suspicious. He seems like just an average citizen calling in a crime. But keep listening.
Which way have they ran? What direction?
Ran there. There's like a field at the back, and I've just seen him running over the field. I can point it out to the officer.
Your name, please?
Adam.
What's your second name, Adam?
Archery.
So now we know he lied about his real name, but it's not clear what he's hoping to accomplish here. Now listen to the creepy ending of his phone call.
Right, I'll get an officer up there, have a look around, see if they can see anybody similar, and then they'll come and see you. All right, Adam?
How long would it take? Do you know roughly? I know that it's not that serious. But...
Well, because it's just happened, it's gone in on the priority, so that's within the hour, certainly. So
okay.
They'll try and get up there as soon as, if there's a possibility he's still knocking about.
All right then, thanks very much.
Okay.
I'll wait. I'll be waiting.
I'll be waiting. That sounds pretty eerie. And that it was because a short time later, Nicola and Fiona would arrive at the scene just trying to do their jobs and they would be murdered. They had no time to react. After committing the murders, he walked into the local police office and turned himself in. He gloated about being wanted by the police and confessed to his previous murders. He was promptly arrested. His story shocked the nation and quickly spread in the news.
As the female officers walked up to the house, Dale Cregan opened the door and opened fire with a Glock handgun. He fired 32 shots within 31 seconds. Then, before driving off, he threw a hand grenade as the women lay bleeding. This is the gun he dropped at the scene. It's the only time 2 female police officers have been killed on duty in this country.
Fiona's father was horrified by these evil acts.
To deliberately go, oh, I'm just going to kill a policeman today because I don't like them, it seems unreal. And it's a level of callousness and no empathy with anybody beyond really my comprehension.
Nicholas's father is still processing that he will never see his beloved daughter again.
Like I said, it's like watching some film that you know what the end is, but you want to pause it, you want to rewind it and have a totally different ending. And then you've got that realisation, well, you can't change it.
Fiona's father recalled a daily routine he had with his daughter that was taken away from him.
I used to sort of ring her up going home from work, and I now no longer can do that. It can get quite sad on the drive to work and back, but we have to get on with it. I sometimes think it's a nightmare and I'm going to wake up.
But we know that unfortunately he can't. Dale was found guilty of 4 counts of murder and 3 counts of attempted murder. He was sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole. He will die in prison.
Our lives will never be the same again following the loss of Nicola, and today sees another part of this nightmare.
My brothers and sisters, which one do you think worse so far? Is it Dale? Or was it the boy before then? I can't even fucking remember his name. I'd be glad that I don't be remembering these fuckers' names, because they name don't deserve to be remembered. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know what I'm talking about. Both of them equally insane to me. Like, it just seems so fucking like this shit real out here, y'all. It's really people out here who are this fucking crazy, who will just murder people. Like, it'll never get old to me. It'll never get old to me. But what I'm saying is, I don't know if Dale, worse, all that shit the same. You know what? Fuck it. Murder is murder. All the shit the same. It's just, I'm really talking about how the first dude murdered his family and intended to murder more of his family. Then he ain't have no fucking reason. This dude ain't have no reason. But the cold part of what he did is, not only did he murder somebody in the bar, he went after one of that dude family members months later. And another even colder part that I never heard of, this motherfucker just called random officers over to his house to murder them. You see what I'm saying? Like, man, you can't even grade the insanity. Like, you can't even put this shit on a Richter scale, how crazy these motherfuckers is. I digress, man. Let's watch the last one, my brothers and sisters. The last one. Omar Thornton.
This is Omar Thornton, and on October 3rd of 2010, he would commit a mass shooting in Hartford, Connecticut that would result in the deaths of 9 people and the injuries of 2 others. He worked at a company called Hartford Distributors and had been caught on surveillance footage stealing beer. Omar, who was 35 years old at the time, worked as a delivery driver for the company. He was told that he should either resign or he would be fired. He opted to resign, but not long after, he pulled out 2 semi-automatic weapons that he had been hiding and began to fire. Within a matter of minutes, he had killed 8 people, injured others, and a 9th would later die from their injuries. He had caused mass terror and destruction upon innocent people who were just trying to do their jobs. Shortly after, Omar locked himself in an office and called his mother, to whom he would admit to what he had just done. He explained why he did it and that he planned to take his own life. He then called 911 and confessed.
It's 911.
Yeah, can I help you?
This is Omar Thornton, the over in Manchester.
Yes, where are you, sir?
I'm in the building. You probably want to know the reason why I set this place up. This place is a racist place.
Yep, I understand that.
Yeah, they treat me bad over here and treat all other black employees bad over here too. So I take it into my own hands and handle the problem.
But was Omar remorseful for what he did? No, quite the opposite. He tells the dispatcher that he wished he could have caused more destruction.
I wish I could have got more to people.
Yeah, are you armed, sir? Do you have a weapon with you?
Oh yeah, I'm armed.
How many guns do you have with you?
I got one now. There's one out in the factory there.
Okay, sir.
I'm not gonna kill nobody else though.
Yeah, we're gonna have you surrender yourself somehow here, not make the situation any worse. You know what I mean?
But Omar was not about to do any such thing. He knew exactly what was about to happen and had every intention of taking matters once again into his own hands.
These cops are gonna kill me.
No, they're not. We're just gonna have to get you to relax.
I'm back to calm down.
To have you, turn yourself over. How much ammunition you have with you?
I got a lot of shots left. Oh.
What's that?
At this point, Omar is trying to make sure that he has enough ammunition left to take his own life before the police can get to him.
Alright, I guess this conversation is over. I have to take care of business. Got my people if I love them, and I gotta go now.
Oh my.
He then took his own life. The scene at the factory was extremely chaotic as the police tried to assess the situation.
We're going to turn now to that case in Connecticut. Police have released the chilling 911 calls in the workplace that left 9 people dead amid new questions about whether the shooting was racially motivated.
The shooting sent shockwaves throughout the nation, leading to many heartbroken families. A reporter talked to Omar's girlfriend, who told him that she knew that he was being racially targeted while at work.
That's right, George. Christy Hanna says she saw cell phone photographs showing racial slurs on the bathroom wall of the factory behind me, where Omar Thornton went on his shooting rampage.
Okay, let's stop this whole... Because, and I'm not saying that he wrong. I'm not saying that he right about this whole racial, they racist. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I killed him. Let's just stop that bullshit. I do not condone racism. I do not like racist people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with that shit. White, black, yellow, brown, blue, red, purple, green. I'm not with the racist shit. But what I'm saying is, that shit, even if they was racist, bro, that don't give you an excuse to fucking kill them. It don't give you that excuse. Leave the companies. Quit the job. Do whatever. But that, just because they racist, they ain't all... Like, come on, bro. You kill them because they racist? I have met racist people in my life. I have seen racism. Just like a lot of people of my skin color have. But that don't mean that they give us the right to go kill whoever being racist or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot stress that enough. That this racist bullshit, hell no. That's just like a fucking Ku Klux Klanman killing our ancestors. Well, my ancestors and some of y'all out there back in the day because of the color of our skin. That shit wasn't right. So it ain't right that he killing them. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get what the fuck I'm saying, man. Wow, dude. 8, 9 people over some bullshit. All you had to do was quit the job, bruh.
Christy didn't want her face to be shown. She believed her former boyfriend was the target of racism at a facility that had mostly white employees.
He said every day when he'd go back in, there'd be new stuff on the wall. One was a hangman with a noose around its neck, and underneath it said kill the N-word.
The company would later deny that there was a racist environment at their facility. The police released several other 911 calls. Listen to this terrifying one from a man who had been seriously injured and likely thought he was within moments of dying.
Sir, stay on the line with me. My partner's all over the place. Okay. How many people got shot? I don't know. Okay, you don't know. And you're where? In my head. You're in the head? Yeah. And what's your name? My name is Steve Hollander. Okay. Who's the person? People again? His name is Omar Thornton.
Steve Hollander, who was then 50, luckily was able to survive being shot in the head. Meanwhile, other terrified employees were hiding and scared for their lives.
I'm in the back paper storage. Okay, stay back there. We will come to you, all right? Help me, please. Help me. Are you hiding? Yes, I am. Stay down where you are. Hold on 1 second.
Following this horrific tragedy, the community came together to honor the lives lost on that terrible day.
Friends and families of the victims, there was no sense to be made of the crime as they gathered to commemorate the death of their loved ones.
Omar's mother, Lily Holiday, would later state why she believes that her son did what he did. In a surprising turn, she would also set up a memorial website for Omar that was meant to collect donations to help fight racism.
I believe that institutional racism is what pushed my son over the edge. He was saying they treat me bad here and they treat all black people bad here.
Holiday says all she does is stare at her son's pictures and this urn with his ashes at home. Now she's focusing on her website.
When the funds are all set up and monies are being donated, I want to use it to be able to speak out against institutional racism.
The website that she set up offended some family members of the victims, but Lily said she didn't care and that her son was a victim in all of this as well. Members of the community spoke out about their opinions on the website.
Now you're going to make all these other people who were killed, their families go through it all over again.
I don't think that what happened was necessarily racially motivated.
I mean, that's up to her own discretion, but I personally didn't think it was racial.
And so there we have it. 3 different people who all used 911 either before or after committing a murder. These are truly heinous crimes that leave you wondering what would cause a person to snap in such a way. Thanks for watching and be sure to like and subscribe.
Subscribe to my baby Anna, man. Subscribe, like, hey, go back to the original video, y'all. Real talk, man. Link in the description and like her video, most definitely. But this third case, man, like I said, the whole racial shit, fuck all that. Fuck the racial shit. But then his mama, now I understand. I can kinda understand. That's his mama. You know, that's her baby boy, her child, her son. You know what I'm saying? But you can't justify him killing people for talking about because they was racist. There is no justification for, like, she setting up a website and want donations for your son being a murderer? Like, no, lady, no. The other part is that he was a little weak ass motherfucker for killing himself too. These motherfuckers sit around here and kill all these people, and before they can face the music, face the judge, face the consequences, they end up taking themselves out. And I hope since you took yourself out, I'm talking to Omar kind of like right now, I'm hoping since you took yourself out, no matter, I'm not really a believer in hell as in you going somewhere, you going down low and you're going to be on fire forever. I don't know if I believe in that. I don't believe in that. But I'm just saying, whatever happened to him after he killed himself, I hope he is suffering to the end of time, man. I hope he get heals regardless, because he tried to evade getting heals by going killing himself. You know what I'm saying? That last one was fucking crazy as fuck too. All these bitches were crazy, man. All these bitches were crazy. These stories ain't go exactly how I thought. And I thought at the beginning, I was like, you know, sometimes somebody kills somebody, then they call. I'm thinking one of these damn stories, we were gonna hear somebody kill somebody, then call to the dispatch 911 and be crying like, I can't believe I did this shit. Oh my God, I'm such a bad person and I'm crazy. Ain't none of these motherfuckers admit they were crazy. For real, even though they were crazy, they did not call the kettle black or whatever that terminology is. The first dude, why in the fuck you murdered your family and shit like that, bro? He was fucking insane. The second dude, he murdering people. I ain't gonna say he was getting away with it, but then later on, he murdering more people to the point where he called police to his house just to murder them. And then the coldest part about him too, I gotta say this real quick. The coldest part about that second dude, after he murdered the police, he straight pulled up to the police station. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, it was me. And by the way, I also murdered this person and that person and that person. You know what I'm saying? The third dude, I don't even understand why the fuck he called the goddamn 911. If you gonna kill yourself any fucking way. Like, shit crazy, y'all. This shit just be crazy, man. I just gotta say this real quick, like I done said, feel like 100 times now on our channel. Humans can be the greatest thing to ever walk on earth, and we can be the worst things to ever walk on earth. And I digress, my brothers and sisters. I'm gonna let y'all get up out of here. Make sure you hit that like button for me, man. Comment, subscribe, and do all that. Had fun once again. And I hope to be back very soon, my friends. But until then, love, peace, and happiness. Stay safe. Don't stop. Keep going. Yeah.